Hi everyone and welcome to my classroom. My name is Megan and I teach 6th and 8th grade English and history at a middle school in Southern California. And this is my home away from home. This is my classroom. I love being in my classroom. I love the feel of it this year. I love kind of making it my own and also making it my students and just making it a welcoming and inviting place to learn. I thought I would show you around a little bit today. I love watching classroom tour videos. I just love seeing how different people use their rooms and how they set things up and how they organize everything. So I thought I would show you that today. It feels a little bit like you're coming over to my house and I haven't really cleaned up yet. My room is not perfectly clean. It's never perfectly clean. It's never gonna get that way, so I figure we might as well just do this video now. So excuse some of the mess, but welcome to my room. Let's start right here. This is the first thing that students see when they come into my classroom. We are room 4. I have some expectations up that I make sure that we follow on a daily basis, and then we have Chromebook procedures as well because we're a one-to-one school and every student has a Chromebook. I really love using Chromebooks. We just have to make sure that we're using them responsibly. I made everything that you see here mostly through Lucid Press or just PowerPoint, and printed things on cardstock and laminated it and cut it out. Some of the longer words, like expectations in Chromebooks, I used a method that I learned from That One Happy Classroom, so I can link her video below if you're interested in making a little bit longer signs in your classroom. And then I have this table right here that was really ugly, and so I just got a tablecloth on Amazon to put over it and kind of make it match my room a little bit more. And this is just where I put things that were kind of in the middle of, so whenever I make copies and worksheets I just set them out right here. It's always a little bit of a mess. Students generally turn things in here. They just turned in these wintergram assignments, so I need to grade these and figure out what I'm going to do with them. So this is our little welcome station. Above that we have our schedule, which is quite complicated. I won't even bore you with that. This is my door. And you'll definitely be able to tell that I am Hamilton obsessed. I am a huge Hamill fan. I saw it at the Pantages a couple months ago, and I've been listening to the soundtrack since like the second that it came out. Even before it came out, just when Lin-Manuel Miranda performed at the White House. So I have a bunch of Hamilton quotes and things like this I will link below so that you can also get them if you are interested. I also have a bulletin board right here. This is where I have my calendar and just kind of a bright, cheery station. It's actually not December anymore. I need to change that for the new year. A lot of times I have my students do that. These posters are about blending quotes into your writing, and I will also link where I got these from. I think I'm actually gonna switch it up though. I have these ready to go. These are from Reading Like a Historian, from the Stanford History Education Group website, which is one of my favorite resources of all time. And I think I'm going to put these up next because even in my English classes, we need to have these skills of close reading and sourcing and contextualizing, cross-checking or corroborating, and then even just knowing what history is. So I will use these with both my history and English classes. I keep some of our like warm-up activities and things in here, just in these binders, and then these are our history textbooks. They didn't put them away very neatly, but we use History Alive for my 6th grade history students. This is where I keep my students' daily information. The top section is what they're gonna have for homework. And sometimes I'm not quite sure until I start teaching, like if there's something that we need to finish. So on a day like today, it's Tuesday, but the first day of the week for us, I'm not quite sure what they're gonna have for homework yet. So I'll fill that in as we go, but I teach History 6, English 6, and English 8, and I just have to keep track of like even the general topic that we're on as well. So I always have our general topic posted. Oh, first period is famous. One of our pictures got retweeted by Vocabulary, so first period is gonna do a different lesson today. We're gonna do the shout out contest. This is our daily schedule, and we have a rotating schedule. I don't really know why they've had it for like 20 years, but you can look up research on rotating schedules if you're interested. So it changes every day. It's different every day of the week, and then the times actually change a little bit too, because on Tuesdays and Thursdays we get out early, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday are a little bit longer days, and so these are all on magnets. And then tomorrow when I go to switch it, then I just have this set of times, and then I'll just put those up. So rather than rewriting it every day, that's made it easier for me. Every week we do community circles in my class, and these are our expectations. This has really become a part of our school culture, so I have a board for that. I think I got this little sign at Target. It lights up. It's not lit up right now. And I like to put kid president quotes everywhere that I can. This little frame is from Ikea, I think. And I just have an old bookshelf with books that students can check out here. I need to organize that or have my TA organize it a little bit. Let's turn and get a little view of the room so far. This is my classroom from the side. I have 3 long table setups here. In this classroom, that was just the best way to fit everything. And I actually really like how it works out like in practice as well. So if you look at it from the front of the room, it's more like this. And students are usually in groups of 4. So this is group 1, and I just have it labeled with this supply box. So if they forget, what their group number is, they can just look at their supply box. So you've got a shoulder partner and you've got a face partner, or you can work in groups of 4. And in these boxes, I just provide like markers and pencils and pens and colored pencils and scissors and anything that a student might need. I like to just keep those things at their desks so that they don't have to get up and go get them. I find that it just, saves us a lot of time to do things that way. And that's one of those things that I just don't love dealing with. Like if a student forgets a pencil, just take one of mine. I don't even want to talk about you forgetting your pencil, just take one. I've got a little bit of storage back here. Of course, I've got Hamilton posters here, and people always ask about these, but I just had a calendar. That was a Hamilton calendar, and then after a month was over, I would just cut off the top and use it as a poster in my classroom. And then a few more in other places. I'm really lucky that I have these beautiful windows. I've got a ton of natural light in my classroom. I love it. I've got blinds that I can pull down if I need to, but usually I just leave it open. I've got another bookshelf over here with all of the English curriculum, and they also put that away in a really messy way last time. These bookshelves are from Walmart, and they're super cheap and like about to fall apart, and I don't suggest them, but they were only $15, and I needed something at the beginning of the year, but I'm hoping to replace them and upgrade a little bit. Another thing that I hate dealing with is Chromebook chargers, or when a student doesn't have their Chromebook charged. So that's another conversation. I'm like, just go borrow one and deal with it yourself. I've got middle schoolers, so they have to have some responsibility for themselves. I used to have these on all of the desks, but I think I'm actually gonna switch these out. These were labeling their group numbers, but their supply boxes already do that. So I think I'm going to switch these out and maybe make them say something else. Maybe have discussion norms or something on those. So I'm trying to decide what to do with those. I also got those bins from Ikea. I can't remember where I got these pink baskets, but they are really cute. These are the funniest thing that I just use all the time. These are little name card holders that you would use at a wedding to show where people sit. And so I put all kinds of stuff in here when we do different stations. At the beginning of the year, I had students put their name tags in those for the first couple weeks so that I could get to know them and see their name tag. I can link those below. These are little bracelets that I got from Target, and there are 6 different colors. And so as students come in, they can each just grab a bracelet, and then that automatically groups them. And so sometimes I use those when we're doing group projects or group work. This is another one of my favorite things in my classroom. I love these little All About Me flags that my students made. I just printed them on different colored paper, and we took pictures with my Polaroid camera at the beginning of the year. It's a little difficult to see their faces, but that's probably good. And then students were able to just write a little bit about themselves. We got to know each other a little bit, and then we were able to kind of decorate the classroom with what we made. So I love those. And I'll just give you another like overall view from the back here. I spend a lot of time in the back actually with, my students are maybe watching something on the screen or talking to each other, and then I hang out back here and just kind of facilitate. So if we continue this way, this is one of my favorite bulletin boards actually. Since we do so much with Chromebooks, I just had to create a little tech support team for each class period, because the students always know so much more than I do, and I want to be available to answer questions about like content or the assignment, and I was always getting questions about tech stuff and Chromebook stuff, and I never even know the answer. So these kids applied for the job, and that is their job. I don't really have classroom jobs for every single student because I have like 160 students and it's difficult to keep track of, but when they are needed, I definitely ask them for help. This is one of my favorite posters. It lists all of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I got this from Zen Pencils, and the way that I structure my 6th grade ancient history class is we look at it through the lens of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and I think that's a super important thing to teach all students. So that's always up in my classroom. These I think I've talked about in other vlogs before, but I used to keep a lot of my worksheets and stuff in like binders like this. This is kind of a mess down here. This is how I used to organize things, but it's kind of hard to pull those out and flip through and see. If there are things that I need to get to quickly, I just throw them in here, and then I can just look in here and grab whatever I need. So this year I've just been doing it that way. I've got some books on this top shelf that I need to flip through. There's one in particular, this one, The Political Classroom. I need to talk about this book because it's amazing, and this is the foundation of a lot of what I do. So I'm gonna grab that while I'm at it. I need to reorganize that a little bit. I've been taking a lot of pictures of my books for my new Instagram account, Too Cool for Middle School Books, in case you're interested. I really love this little bulletin board. I just think it's really cute. I got this part at a party supply store, and then this assignment is hieroglyphics that my ancient history students did. I probably need to switch that out soon because now we're not doing ancient Egypt anymore, but I just like to display work over here. And printing things on different colored paper, like for different class periods, just really brightens things up in my room. This is my TA station. I do get one TA, and so I just give her a very cute little like office area. And she has a TA binder, and I can link where I got like this format below. She's got her own cute little set of pencils, and then this I got from like Zulily, I think. And this is our no name stamp, so it says, if you liked it, then you should have put your name on it. And it's got Beyonce, so if you forget to put your name on something, you get Beyonce'd, and the TA puts it in our no name file, which I will show you in just a second. I've been trying to organize our worksheets in here. I got too many papers and this is falling apart, so I need to reorganize that a little bit better. This is my Turnitin Station. I've always had a Turnitin Station because I don't want students handing me like late work. I don't know that I'm not gonna lose it. So I want them to be responsible for turning it in. So these are my policies. You need to have first and last name, the date and period. And I do take late work, but it's worth half credit. That just makes it simple. And usually, students only turn something in late 1 or 2 times, and then it sinks in and doesn't really hurt their grade all that much. These are my different class periods. 5th and 6th is combined, so they have a shared folder there. These are just from Ikea as well. They're little like magazine holders, and so they turn things in here, and then my TA puts them in alphabetical order for me and puts them back in here, which is great. I've got some more All About Me flags. These were my 8th grade version, but not everybody finished it, so I hadn't put them up yet. But instead of using the Polaroid camera for them, we did little Bitmojis. I just wanted to try it with Bitmojis. So I need to put these up. I'll have to do that today. They've been sitting here for too long. This is reminding me. Okay, this is like a messy section of my classroom over here. These are some books that I've also been meaning to talk about. as we get into Black History Month, these are a few of my favorite resources, so I had just pulled those out. We're also transitioning into being a Leader in Me school, and so we are trying to incorporate the 7 habits. It's kind of a slow process, but I'm part of the team that's implementing it and training teachers and stuff. So I have the 7 habits up, and I need to start implementing this more through our community circles, I think is probably a good way to do it. And this is just a mess over here. I've got some prizes in this little bag over here, which is really cute. Oh, I have some tea this needs to go in my tea station. This is just another organizer where I had put some things that I don't need right this second, but I'm going to. Got my printer. Just some papers that I need to deal with over here. I'm gonna move those. Okay, this is my tea station. I love my tea station. I just get water from the kitchen and I can boil it here, and then I've got a couple different kinds of tea and my little teacups and stuff. I'm obsessed with tea. I've got more Hamilton over here. We've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, who you're gonna see even more often in my classroom. Behind my desk over here, I have all of the standards. So 6th grade ELA standards. I didn't realize I was gonna be teaching 8th grade actually, so I don't have those ones up, but they're quite similar. And then there are also literacy standards for history, and so these are actually on my Teachers Pay Teachers store if you're interested in just putting them up in this way, and they're also editable. If you try to get the Common Core state standards online, they're not editable. You just can't do anything with it. So I like to keep track of the lessons that we do. I need to go through and update this badly. But I love just writing in the lessons that meet these standards, lessons that I already do or that we have already done. And then that helps me to know which standards I've covered and what I still need to get to. I also have this really cute little picture from Jensen. That's my baby. I gotta have some pictures of him just to brighten my day. Let's see, I've got my schedule here so that I remember what I'm teaching each day. Just some school site information. I have to have our schedule everywhere because it's so hard to remember. This is one of those little carts from IKEA that everybody has, and I just have a bunch of my junk on it. And I have my own little bulletin board over here that says Mrs. Forbes, and I have kind of a little Instagram feed of people who are important to me. Oh, this is my motto. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. These are just some pictures that make me happy. Let's sit down at my desk for a second. I need a break. Got a Hamilton mug, of course. Ugh, you know what I hate is my keyboard. I need to just buy a new one myself and replace this one. This is my computer. These are my headphones. I get a lot of questions about these. There's an after-school program in my classroom after school. So these are noise-canceling headphones with kitty ears, and they're Bluetooth. So I use these while they're in here doing their language classes. My desk is always kind of a mess. It just looks like this pretty much on a daily basis. I've always got water. I've got my Mariah Carey cup. This is here every single day. My little pen collection, because every teacher's got one of those. My keys. This is my planner. It's from Purple Trail. These are really customizable, and I just really, really like this planner. Let's look at last week so you can see a better example of how I plan. I just color code things because, as you can probably tell already, I love to color code things. And this just helps me keep track of all my classes. This is my personal Chromebook with everything I love on it. We've got Mean Girls, we've got Seinfeld, we've got Friends, we've got the IT Crowd, and Hamilton, and even Pan Clothing and History. This is where I put work that needs to be returned. So after I grade it and put it in the computer, then I put it right here and return that to students. I got that at IKEA. Actually, I would love to have another one. This is a really good organizer. I would like to have it for cardstock. And I just have a pile of things here to go through. I'm gonna read this book, Teach Like Finland. I just ordered this one, Separate is Never Equal. I've got more pens, more stickers, teacher's guides. Oh, this is my lunch bag down here and some corn chips that I've been snacking on. This is a little organizer that I made my first year of teaching where I would put my copies for each day of the week. I haven't been using it as much this year, but I like it. These are little conversation sticks that we haven't used as much either. This is another one of my mottos, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And so this is like my reverse desk. This is the desk that I can kind of like teach from. So I've got one desk on that side and one desk on this side. I don't want to show student names, but this is my like class lists and my amazing clipboard from hipster art teacher. She does the most amazing clipboards you've ever seen in your life. Oh, this has been getting popular lately, having these really cute karaoke mics in your classroom. I just got mine on Amazon. There's a bunch of different options, but I love that it is like a disco ball on the bottom. I always have a bunch of junk over here too. Oh, this is an excellent resource, Reading Like a Historian. If you teach middle or high school history, you need this. This is just one of my favorite resources ever. And this is definitely one of my favorite sections of my classroom. This is what we say every morning. Good morning, eyes up, hearts up, mind sharp, compassion on full blast. I sip my coffee and then say, okay, let's go. And that was a tweet by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and we decided to give him some coffee so that he could drink coffee with us. I have a few books and cards and stuff right there. This is another one of my mottos for my students, pay attention with your face. I don't do like slant or any of those other things, but I need to see their face to know that they are paying attention. I don't care really what the rest of their body is doing, but let me see your face. Let me see your eyeballs. Sometimes I tell them I need to stare into the depths of your soul to see if you understand. And this is our example of what you should look like when you're paying attention with your face. That was a joke that I've had like forever. Oh, and this is, my students always leave like their backpacks and their lunches and their binders and their Chromebooks and their hoodies and their water bottles and everything in my classroom, and it gets really irritating. So we did a contest to see if we could have no item left behind. And it looks like period 2-1, so they're gonna be getting the donut party. I'm gonna try and extend this to the whole year because they really kept each other accountable. It's kind of funny. Here I just have the date. This is what we do when we answer questions. Restate the question, answer in a complete sentence, provide evidence from the text. Oh, this is my turtles all the way down poster. I went to see John Green. I got that from his tour. And then we're back over here where we started. Here's one other thing that our school all tries to follow, professional courtesy. So if you tell your students, I need professional courtesy from you, they're supposed to put their Chromebook screens at half mast, which means they're just halfway closed, so they don't have to like shut them down, but just kind of set them aside so that they're looking at you. Hands off keyboard, headphones out, and give the speaker your undivided attention. So it's middle school, so we don't do a lot of those like chants or claps or whatever. We just tell them, I need your professional courtesy. And this is a little about me poster. It actually used to be on my door. I forget why I had to move it in here. But I got this from Donut Lovin' Teacher on Teachers Pay Teachers. And I put this on my Google Classroom and like handed it out at back to school night. But I thought that was really cute. And that is my whole classroom. This is what it looks like. It's a little jumbled, a little messy, but I love being here. That's one great thing about my job, is that I love where I work, I love my space, and I enjoy coming to work every day. So that is my room. Thank you so much for going on this tour with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. I've got lots of other videos on teaching and middle school and motherhood and life in general. So welcome to my channel, and I hope you stick around. Bye.